Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the channel where glossy brochure promises face the cold honesty of real-world life, where spec sheets aren't just read but challenged, and where cars, whether they're icons with decades of history or bold newcomers, have to prove if they're really worth the hype. And today, we're talking about a car that doesn't just live in the hype, it helped create it. This is the 2026 Porsche 911 Targa 4 GTS. A car that tries to balance tradition, performance, and everyday usability in a way very few cars can. And the big question is, has Porsche nailed that sweet spot again, or has the Targa become more about nostalgia than genuine driving excitement? Let's find out. Exterior: the 911 Targa has always been a fascinating piece of Porsche's lineup. It's not a coupe, it's not a convertible. It's somewhere in between, a car that carries the open-air experience without sacrificing the structural rigidity or unique character of the 911's shape. The Targa has been around since the 1960s, and over time it's become a niche choice, a car for enthusiasts who want a 911 but with a flair that sets them apart from the endless stream of Carrera coupes and cabriolets. The GTS version takes that individuality and pairs it with more performance, more aggression, and just enough exclusivity to justify its higher price tag. Walking up to the front, you instantly know you're looking at a GTS. The fascia is bolder than the standard Carrera, with larger air intakes, blacked-out detailing, and that subtle menace that Porsche does so well. It's not trying to scream in your face like some over-the-top supercars, but there's a confidence here, a seriousness in its stance that says, yes, this car can play hard when it needs to. The headlights retain that classic Porsche roundness, now with Porsche's latest HD Matrix LED technology that doesn't just look sharp but also adapts to road conditions in ways older 911s could only dream of. The front end rides low, almost kissing the pavement, and yet somehow it doesn't feel impractical. That balance between design and usability is one of the things Porsche consistently gets right. From the side, the Targa 4 GTS starts to tell its real story. That signature Targa bar, finished in black on the GTS model, gives the car a unique silhouette that no other 911 can replicate. It's retro, yes, but not in a gimmicky way. It feels like an evolution of Porsche heritage rather than just a callback. The proportions are muscular, with wide rear haunches that remind you this is an all-wheel drive machine, ready to put its power down no matter the conditions. The 20-inch wheels up front and 21-inch wheels at the back, wrapped in sticky performance rubber, fill the arches perfectly, and the GTS models come with the blacked-out finish that adds to the car's understated aggression. There's a subtle rake in the roofline that flows into the glass rear hatch, and when the roof mechanism is activated, you can't help but marvel at the engineering. The whole glass rear dome lifts as the Targa bar takes in the roof panel, stowing it away in a choreographed ballet of mechanics. It's over-engineered in the best way, and it's one of those features that makes owning a Targa feel special every single time you use it. Moving to the rear, Porsche once again flexes its design consistency. The full-width LED light strip connects the taillights, and the GTS model gets black badging that blends in rather than shouting at you. The quad exhaust pipe has a two on each side. They are functional, not decorative, and they deliver that signature flat sixth note that has been the heartbeat of the 911 for decades. The rear bumper has subtle aerodynamic sculpting, but nothing is excessive. Porsche doesn't need to overdo it here. They know the 911 shape is already iconic. The rear deck lid still carries vertical slats for engine cooling, and in the GTS they're finished in black for a stealthier vibe. It's the kind of rear end that makes you want to follow the car just to admire it on the road. Interior: step inside, and the story continues. The cabin of the 2026 Porsche 911 Targa 4 GTS is all about blending luxury with performance focus. The driving position is near perfecto low-slung, with pedals and steering wheel aligned just as they should be. Porsche has updated the interior tech with a fully digital driver's cluster, but in true Porsche fashion, the central tachometer remains analog. It's a small detail, but one that grounds the car in tradition while acknowledging modernity. The steering wheel is compact, wrapped in Alcantara, and feels alive in your hands. The GTS models also come standard with sports seats plus heavily bolstered yet still comfortable enough for longer drives. The center console is dominated by a large touchscreen running Porsche's latest infotainment system, which is smoother and more intuitive than before. With wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto now standard, the materials are exactly what you'd expect, a mix of Alcantara, leather, and brushed aluminum, with the option for carbon fiber if you want to lean further into the performance look. Rear seats exist, technically, but like in every 911, they're better suited for bags, jackets, or small children rather than adults. Practicality may not be the 911's strongest point, but the front trunk offers enough space for a weekend getaway, reminding you that this car can be a daily driver if you choose. Performance is where the Targa 4 GTS really makes its case. Under the rear deck sits a 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine, pushing out 480 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to send this Targa from 0 to 60 in just about 3.2 seconds with the PDK dual-clutch transmission. Though if you're a purist, Porsche still offers a 7-speed manual as a no-cost option. The GTS sits lower than the standard Carrera thanks to its sport suspension, and Porsche Active Suspension Management is standard, constantly adjusting to give you comfort when you need it and sharpness when you demand it. The all-wheel drive system in the Targa ensures power delivery is drama-free, even when conditions get less than ideal. And the brake has a massive steel rotors as standard, or optional carbon ceramics that provide confidence-inspiring stopping power. But beyond the numbers, what makes the Targa 4 GTS special is the way it feels. With the roof off, you get that intoxicating flat-six soundtrack filling the cabin, but without the buffeting and turbulence that convertibles often suffer from. It's refined yet visceral, balanced yet thrilling, and it makes every drive feel like an event. Now, all of this comes at a price. The 2026 Porsche 911 Targa 4 GTS starts around $170,000 before options, but as with all Porsches, the options list can climb quickly. Add ceramic brakes, a custom interior, special paint, or Porsche's endless personalization choices, and you can easily push this car well over $200,000. That's a serious chunk of money, but in return, you're getting a machine that's both a performance car and a piece of automotive art, something that combines heritage, technology, and everyday usability in a way few rivals can. So, where does that leave us? The 2026 Porsche 911 Targa 4 GTS isn't the most practical 911. It's not the cheapest, and it's not the absolute fastest. That title belongs to the Turbo and GT models. But what it offers is something unique. It gives you the everyday usability of a Carrera, the drama of convertible, and the performance edge of a GTS, all wrapped in one of the most iconic designs in automotive history. It's a car for people who love to drive, who appreciate tradition, and who want to stand out from the sea of coupes without giving up on performance. And that's why the Targa 4 GTS is so special. It's not just a 911, it's a statement that driving can still be emotional, mechanical, and deeply personal, even in an age where cars are becoming more automated and less connected. Porsche didn't need to build this car. They built it because people still want it. And sometimes, that's the best reason of all. Thanks for watching this review of the 2026 Porsche 911 Targa 4 GTS here on Car Flash. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more honest reviews, and let me know in the comments, would you pick the Targa over a coupe or convertible, or do you think it's more style than substance? Until next time, this has been Car Flash, where the legends meet the lens of reality.